Jane, sometimes the best plans are the plans that are not made.
Wow. What have you been reading?
I have been listening to Eckhart Tolle.
Eckhart Tolle. What a
Yeah.
fun name. Eckhart Tolle. Mm-hmm. Is it like a romance novel?
It is a little bit like romance. It's about being romantic with the idea of staying in the present.
I love getting presents. Yeah, I know. I'm just sorry, making a joke.
Yeah. I learned about it on Oprah, and I've always wanted to try. And I just started listening to him, and I've just been experiencing a lot of calm feelings since then.
Calm feelings. I gotta try this. So what have you been doing? How do you do this staying in the present stuff? What's the secret?
The secret is not to think about the future
Done.
or the past.
Oh, well. Okay. So what do you think about?
Like right now, I'm thinking about how beautiful that color is.
Oh, come on. Now I'm thinking about how embarrassed I am because you're such a sweetheart.
Or I'm thinking about how much I love our Clipperchick fans.
Now I'm thinking about all the things I have to do to get the orders out.
Nope. That's living in the future.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right.
Just come back to right now and make a comment or a thought about.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Where are we going to eat after this?
Jane, it's more about if you can just stay here, in the present, all right, with the conversation that we're having, you and I. So let me just say, let's say I asked you the question, what did you think of that snowstorm today? And then you would answer me.
I'm allowed to talk?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That snowstorm was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, there was the pile at the mall. It was like 2 stories high where they pushed all the snow there. And I was just looking at it thinking, King of the Hill, I wasn't going to play.
Yeah.
But boy.
Kids love that. Kids love those snow mounds. I think one of the reasons we're having trouble staying present today and really focusing is because we're actually going to tackle a difficult subject.
Today we're going to talk about why Pam can't have kids.
Well, actually, we're not going to talk about personally why I can't have kids, but just not having kids in general.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay, Jane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I am okay.
I know.
Yeah.
I love you.
Okay.
I love you.
Well, I guess this is part of the discussion is some people feel really bad when you can't have kids.
It's one of the saddest things you can hear your best friend say is that they're not going to have kids.
But Jane, what I'm trying to tell you is it doesn't make me sad.
And maybe I'm sad that you're not sad. It's hard to explain. I don't want to do this, And when Pam said she wanted to talk about the darkest moment in her life, when she realized she was never going to have a baby, I said, if that's what you want to talk about on YouTube, you can, and I'm here for you because I love you so much. I love you so much.
Just sorry to hash this out on camera, but as I understood, we were talking more about the general, idea of not having kids, not specifically my being infertile.
It's going to be the saddest episode we've ever done. That's for sure.
Well,
saddest vlog we've ever done. Mm-hmm. When the light is darkest, that's when the firework goes off, right? Right?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. And so, again, I think what we're trying to say here is that, it doesn't necessarily make a difference if you have kids or not. You can still have a happy life.
It's just so much easier when you have kids, which is why you want to reach out to your friends that don't and say, hang in there. Hang in there. I still think you're a great person. It doesn't make you less of a woman. It doesn't make you less satisfied. It doesn't make you less attractive. It doesn't mean you failed. You've got so much going for you. That's what you got to reach out and say to your friends when they have this kind of tragedy in their lives, We all have tragedies. Some are just worse than others.
Okay. But I also want to make sure people know that it doesn't have to be a tragedy. It can just be a choice.
Some people just have a kid. They think they can't, and one day, it could happen. It could happen.
Yeah. I don't think so. Mostly because, I'm not in a relationship with a gentleman right now.
Sure aren't. Speaking of which, Jessamine, how did she react when she found out that you were infertile?
We're sort of the perfect roommates because Turns out she can't have kids either.
I didn't know that. I kind of was thinking of her as sort of second stringer here. That's a lot of news to take in, Pam. It's a lot of news.
Yeah, and I'm not actually sure that Jessamine would want me to share that, but, I'm just trying to set a good example
Oh,
here.
of course. Yeah, of course. You are one of the bravest women that I've ever met in my whole life.
Let's play a little game. Jane, you tell me one thing about having a kid that's really great, and I'll tell you the equivalent in my life.
When you have a kid for the first time, it's like everything you ever wanted or were put on earth to do just finally makes sense for the first time. Yeah?
Okay, that's sort of how I feel when you call me over and I bring my toolbox and you got a bulb or something burned out in the basement, and then I go down to the basement and I find the right bulb, I switch it out, and I just solved the problem. And that's when I feel at one with the world. I feel like I'm on my game, as they say. So I experience that feeling. Yeah.
Pretty much the same.
Give me another one.
All right. You spend your whole life thinking about how you want to look, what you want to do, what you want to buy for yourself, how your life is going to go. And then when you have a kid, you realize, I don't got to worry about any of that. The only thing that matters is what your child is feeling and what your child wants. And you realize that it can be scary to love someone that much, but at the same time, it's like you're relieving yourself the stress of worrying about yourself all the time.
Well, that's exactly how I feel with Jessamine. I mean, she's my number one roommate, my second best friend, but my number one roommate, okay? And everything I do is for her and for her well-being and for her to feel good. And it's the selflessness that I feel when I do things for Jessamine. I feel the same way that you do.
And you buy shoes for a baby, you buy shoes for Jessamine. One's more fun, but they're both fun.
Well, depends who you are, and depends what kind of shoes you like.
They're both fun.
Okay, give me one more.
All right. Life goes so fast, and you realize, look, we're talking about sad stuff today. We're not going to be on this planet the whole time, but you realize that when you have a kid, the love that you give that child is going to outlast you and last generations long after you've turned to dirt and are rotting alone in a box somewhere. The love you gave to your kid is going to go on forever and ever. And some days that's the only thing that gets me through the whole day.
Interesting that you said box and rotting in the ground, because the way that I'm preserving my legacy is I'm actually going to have my remains buried under a tree, and it will just feed that tree, and that tree will grow. And I don't know if the tree is going to be a blossoming tree, but let's suppose it is. It will blossom.
I hope so.
And my body will feed that tree with love and nutrients in the same way that your love feeds the child. So you know what I'm saying? I have that feeling of legacy in place.
And if that happens, I'm going to demand that my children honor that tree, even though no one would ever know that there was a person buried in there, a wonderful person. No one would ever know that a wonderful person is under that tree, which is why I'm going to get my kids and their kids and their kids to honor that tree, even though no one else in the world would even know that you're under there.
Well, that sounds very, very generous, Jane. Thank you.
I love you so much.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm not, and I think that's maybe the point of our, vlog today. Thanks for sticking with us, Clipperchicks, during this rather difficult, subject matter today.
Massively sad.
Well, for some people, not for others, and I think that maybe is the point of our vlog today.
Mm-hmm. That even if you have something that everyone wants, if your best friend doesn't, you can still be friends.
Yeah, just like Jane and I.
I love you so much.
Love you too. You know who else I love?
My kids?
The Clipperchicks. Your kids, the Clipperchicks.
We love you, Clipperchicks. So what's your favorite thing about being a parent? Leave the answer in the comments.
Or not being a parent.
Like, comment, and subscribe. And you know what? Leave the kids at home for JJoCon in the spring, first ever at Joe's Pub. That's April 10th in New York City. Don't bring the kids to New York City. I couldn't imagine. Hey, thank you so much. This has been so sad, but thank you for coming and staying with us today.